Hi guys, this is Ryan with Mama on Mission, and today I am joining in another collab, and it is the Reading List collab. It's hosted by Ingrid over at Mommy and Mia Homeschool Chronicles and Lindsay over at Diary of a Homeschool Mom. And I will link their channels down below, as well as the playlist. You can check out what other moms are going to be reading with their kids this school year. So we have, I think they have broken this down into age groups. So I do have a toddler. With him, I'm not going to give any book recommendations. It'll just be whatever we're reading he will listen to, and whatever board books we pull out or books we check out from the library, he'll read. But we also have two early elementary kiddos. So I'm going to give you some of their assigned reading for the year, which I don't do too much assigned reading. I do a lot more of encouraging them in a way, like encouraging them in a series or something like that, just so that they're not always just stuck in the same kind of stuff. So for my third grader, I have 4 assigned reading books, and I don't have these books with me. Where they're going to get them from the library or maybe find them used somewhere. But I'm going to have him read the final Ralph Mouse book. I think it's Ralph S. Mouse, from Mouse on the Motorcycle by Beverly Cleary. And then I'm also going to have him read Henry Huggins by Beverly Cleary. And then I'm going to have him read The One and Only Ivan by K.A. Applegate, and The Tale of Despero by Kate D. Camillo. So those are the 4 that I'm going to actually assign him to read. Other than that, I let him pretty much pick his own books. I, of course, have to kind of scan and make sure they're appropriate. But and then there's 5 books or series more that I'm going to just kind of encourage him to look into. And when he doesn't know what to read, I'll tell him to go there. But the first is the What Was or Who Was series, where it talks about famous people, famous places, famous events. Those are always seem to be pretty interesting to kiddos. And then I'm going to have him continue on in the Magic Treehouse series. Again, they're a little easy for him, but they're quality material, and so they'll be good for filling in those gaps when he doesn't know what to read. And then I'm going to have him continue on in the Encyclopedia Brown series. He's only read a couple of those, by Donald J. Sobel, I think is his last name. And then I'm going to have him continue in Geronimo Stilton, and I'm going to encourage him to continue the Boxcar Children by Gertrude Chandler Warner. So these are ones that I'm not technically assigning, but again, when he isn't reading an assigned book or doesn't have something that he specifically wants to read, then I'll point him to these. And there's a couple more I Survived books that he's on the search for, so he'll get through those too. And then for my first grader, reading's still really new to him, so I'm not really going to assign anything. I'm just going to more, again, encourage different series. Of course, we're going to start with Frog and Toad by Arnold Lobel. Those are some of the best, I feel like, for early readers. And then next, I'm going to encourage him to read the Little Bear series, and then Henry and Mudge by Cynthia Rylant, and the Cam Jansen series by David A. Adler. And I'll just kind of encourage him to look into these, and then whichever ones kind of spark his interest, we'll kind of just go that way. So, and then as far as read-alouds go for our whole family, again, I don't have anything like set in stone, but I have a few books that I would like to tackle this year, 6 to be exact, and then other than that, it'll just be kind of filling in whatever we feel like reading at the time. We're going to continue on in the Little House series. We're not reading them all in a row. We like to read one and then read a few other books and then go back to the next one and then read a few other books, just so we don't get burnt out. But we've already started Little House on the Banks of Plum Creek by Laura Ingalls Wilder. And then I would like to read A Bear Called Paddington by Michael Bond. We haven't read that one for some reason. I feel like my kids' age are perfect for something like that. And then we would like to read A Cricket in Times Square by George Selden, Homer Price by Robert McCloskey, and then Green Ember by S.D. Smith. This is a series that we actually started, but we got it as an ebook, and my husband and I were both reading it aloud to them, and both of us just hate ebooks. I mean, I either want it read to me, I like audiobooks, or I just want the paper book in my hand. So we're going to try to either check those out at the library or buy them, because they are good stories, and we were all really involved in the characters. And we got about a third of the way through, maybe half the way through of the first one, and we just couldn't hack it anymore. So we definitely want to pick that series back up. And then last, I would like to read to them The Bridge to Terabithia by Catherine Peterson. I remember loving that book as a kid, so I'm excited to introduce them to that. And then last, I would like to, I'm going to start assigning 2 read-alouds for our history a year, just one. Hopefully it'll line up where it's one a semester. But I'm going to read these when we come to that point in our history curriculum, so I don't know if it'll exactly line up like that. But I would like to read, these are the ones I do have with me. When we study the Civil War, I would like to read Across 5 Aprils aloud to them by Irene Hunt. I've heard lots of good things about this book. I've actually never read it, but it'll go well with our Civil War unit when we get there. And then I would like to read to them when we get to Nazi Germany, Yellow Star by Jennifer Roy. And I started reading this book a while back, just kind of skimming through it, and it looks really good. So I would like to read that. And then this by no means is an extensive list of what we will read throughout the year, but this is just kind of what I have planned. We also do, during our morning time, an art study, which will turn into a nature study, and then a music study, and then we'll cycle back through those. And I have lots of nonfiction books for that I already have, and then some that we're going to get from the library. And same for geography. I kind of plan ahead and check out some books for the next few countries that we're going to study, and then but I don't have them like all planned out for the whole year, so I can't share those with you. And then of course we just go to the library and get a whole bunch of fiction and nonfiction and eat that up. So that is our plan for read-alouds and independent assigned reading for this 2019-2020 school year. Let me know down below if you assign reading to your kids, and if so, what kind of books are they into this year? Or what are you hoping to get them into this year? Don't forget to check out Mommy and Mia's Homeschool Chronicles channel down below, and also Diary of a Homeschool Mom. And check out that playlist, see what everyone else is reading for their school year. And I thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.